Eagles, hard till it pops. Cannonball, don't trust a cop. Johnny Spotswood just don't know when to stop. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, cause this is a loud spot. Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, out of Oklahoma City. I'm hanging out with Nic from Godsize Records. What's up, man?
What's up, Sebastian, man? Glad to be here tonight with you.
Yeah, man, I've got to know you a little more. Met some other people. We've been in the backgrounds kind of talking. We were hoping to play a music video from a band that's under the record label, Reign of Z.
Yeah, Reign of Z.
And I don't think we're going to be able to do it, but it's possible. He still might get the email. If he does, he'll forward it to me. I'll download it, and we will jam that song. Apparently, it's like a super cool new music video they came out with.
Rad, yeah. You can also go to the Godsize Records YouTube page and find it there. It's called Ignite. And there's a few other tunes there you can check out as well. And, yeah, man. Either way, if we don't get to play it, just go check it out on the interweb. Whenever we're done here.
That's right. Hey, don't leave the show. You got to go. Don't leave the show to watch it. Watch it afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards. It'll be way better afterwards.
So let's talk about Godsize Records, man. So the record label's fairly new. Is that accurate?
Yeah. It's from like concept to inception. Yeah, it's relatively just a couple years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you decide to start a record label? And talking to you before we wound up going live, you know a ton of the music industry, lots of band members, lots of people in the industry. So what made you decide to go ahead and start Godsize Records?
Well, I mean, so basically, yeah, it's like what a large question all the time, like why a record label? Like, you know, it's a very kind of anti-record label world right now, but dude, I'm just a nerd, and like I just wanted to have a place where like I could help these bands that I really dig and you know, try to use all of the things that I know how to do and the people I know and just various opportunities that I have to try to help elevate these bands. And you know, I've had been blessed to work with a lot of cool people and be put into some cool situations and presented with rad opportunities. And so I just wanted to be able to share these things with, you know, bands that I dig and believe in and think that other people will dig too. And so, you know, that's pretty much it. It's just kind of navigating my way through everything right now. You know, it's a pretty dubious task, you know.
Did you know a lot about starting a record label? Real quick, Sam is here. It says Sam McIntosh. He's watching. He's here right now. So
what up, Sam?
So
dude.
Did you do a lot of research on starting a record label? Did you just kind of jump into it? I just jump into things. I don't ever know how to do it.
I didn't actually. So initially, you know, I had another buddy that I, you know, was working with, and we had a meeting with a cat that was running a bigger label at the time, you know, and so we went and met with him and just kind of pitched this idea and this concept to him, and he dug it, and so kind of brought us on as like an umbrella to their label, and so. You know, fast forward a little bit, that fell apart. And then I was working with a cat named Lucas Joyner at a record label, Artist War Records. And they were doing some really cool shit for a minute, and got hooked up with a rad new distribution company, and, you know, kind of just brought Godsize Records over to there, and then kind of became their flagship incubator label at this Intercept distribution company. And so that's where we're rolling. It's a really great situation. You know, I couldn't be happier. The company is super sick.
How do you poach bands to join, to be on? Like, do bands come to you, or do you see a band and you like their sound and you kind of shoot them a message or whatever and be like, hey, I'm Nic with Godsize Records. Come fucking be a part of my team. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I wish that was how it went down. 'Cause, like, trust me, there's like some bands out there that are super sick, and I'm just like, whoa, I want those bands. But yeah, no, it's like, uh, both, honestly. Like, I've been approached by, various management or artists, that are looking for an alternative, or maybe looking to have more control and more or less just looking for like a team, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what, I've been able to provide for some artists. And then there's artists that I'm like, yeah, I totally would love to sign them, and develop them and help them, find their potential, so
you,
yeah, man.
you said teams earlier. Do you feel like as a record label owners, do you feel like you have multiple teams? Because you have the band, right? So when you sign a band, you sign the band. A lot of times those bands have a manager already, right? And do you have to like, I would assume there's multiple teams that you have to deal with. And do you have other people in place to help facilitate all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a great team at Godsize Records, and then we have Godsize Booking as well,
Mm-hmm.
which, yeah, we've got some agents there, and so we're able to facilitate, different aspects of touring and all that, and it's a pretty full, full service label. So, yeah, we do have various people to deal with. Their various team members, or if they don't, have management, then we do that as well. So
Okay.
sometimes, we whatever needs to be done, we can handle it or find some people that can, you know.
Have you
And
ever
that
picked up a band that like was not you thought maybe were had it more together, and then you realized you got to provide them with like everything else that maybe you didn't think you would have to at first?
I mean, not so far yet, but I mean, I've been involved with it in different capacities, different labels that I'd worked at prior to, this one, or just different, capacities of working with bands, and definitely seeing that, like I say, like a reality check, like, oh shit, this band is not it, or this guy is not built for this, and so,
Right.
That kind of can always,
I,
can
I
can
would
definitely, yeah. It's hard to talk about without being detailed. So,
right,
um,
right. But I would think that you hear a band, you like them, and I've seen it happen just with recently with friends and stuff like that. Sometimes you think a band may be ready, and they're just not ready to be a part of a team. Because as someone who has a label, getting a band onto your record label obviously has to benefit you financially as well as the band, or or otherwise you're just doing all the work and you're putting all your efforts into it and not gaining anything from it. So what would you say you do for a band, and how do they help out your record label by signing them? For instance, RedefinD is recently signed to Godsize, right? Which is awesome. I love that band. So there has to be some sort of mutual benefit for you and them. So what would that mutual benefit be?
well, RedefinD as a band, they've been doing it collectively for,
Mm.
decades. But as that band, they've been doing this enough where, they've got a couple EPs out and they've been hitting their market hard. And, for them, like, they feel like maybe they've hit a ceiling where they're at, and they're looking to take that next step,
Mm.
and find, you know, a broader audience, better tours, and and just start kind of moving out of like just being a, killer band from the Southeast and becoming a band that's, nationally recognized, at least
Where
to
are they
some
from?
degree.
Are they from South Carolina? North?
Yeah, South Carolina.
Is that Southeast? I'm not good with geography. I'm not good with geography.
Yeah, you maybe I'm like, what? Yeah.
In my head, for some reason, South Carolina, I guess it is. Is it near Florida, I guess?
Yeah. It touches. They touch.
God,
I think, or maybe they don't touch in Georgia. And
I think they touch right there, yeah.
Yeah, but they party right there. Like, there's like a bay between them or something, maybe. I don't know. But yeah.
I feel like I would have known that. I feel like I would have known that my senior year of high school. And I forgot now because I am horrible with the United States. I know a lot, but I also don't know a lot.
It is what it is. That's why we got maps, yo.
That's right. That's why we got. In fact, that's why we got GPS. I don't even look at a map. If I got to go somewhere, I'm not pulling a map out. Hey Siri, take me to wherever I need to go. Gotta get you a map, Sebastian from Raquel. Yeah. Maybe I'll get one. Actually, I was on my way to Louisiana one time, and my GPS didn't work. There was no service, and I was lost, dude. Like in the woods, like on a main road, but like in the woods, scary. And I luckily found a gas station, and I didn't even want to. It was like I was hesitant to walk into the gas station, like vampires are going to be there. But I actually bought a map, and I used the map. So luckily I'm young, I'm old enough to know how to use a map if I had to. I don't think not everyone can do that anymore.
That's what I tell the dudes touring nowadays. Like, I still remember the days where we had to like print off a bunch of MapQuest, papers, and it was like this whole folder of like how we are going to get across, point A to point B to point C. There was no GPS. You had a Rand McNally map, and you folded it out and use your MapQuest directions that were printed out, which were sketched. Let's be real. Sometimes you be following that, and I'm going to drive into a lake if I follow these directions. And so you still had to rely on a old school map,
I mean, when bands go on tour, I would literally suggest, hey, get a map just in case, because you never know where you're going to go, where you're receptive. There's some dead spots in the United States. It's just there's just no reception.
Oh yeah,
no reception. Okay, so you have the record label and you have the booking now, and those are, I know on your website they're all part of one, but those are two separate things. Not everyone, because we talked earlier about Puya, right, which is a band that I've listened to for a long time, and I saw them on your website, but they were on the booking side. So just because you do booking for them does not mean that they are part of the record label.
Correct. Yeah. No. Yeah. Christian Lawrence, one of our agents at Godsize Booking, he represents Puya, but Puya is currently, writing and recording new material and shopping for a label. If who knows, perhaps, but right now, yeah, they're definitely they're feeling good about themselves and what's going on, so they're gonna look and see what kind of doors they can knock down, and I am Godsize is just it is an independent, just a smaller label. So,
that's a cool name though. Godsize. It sounds like a big label. Like it sounds huge because you're Godsize. You're Godsize.
That's awesome, right? Like I came up with that on the toilet.
Nice, dude. Nice. Hey, sometimes the best things come to you when you're taking a shit, dude.
I'm saying,
that's
bro.
The way it is.
I'm saying, and yeah, it was way better than what the previous idea was.
What was the previous idea?
Like grass